How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Well, thank you all for joining us again and for participating. I wanted to kind of just go around the room really quick to get everyone reacquainted. So can we maybe go around the room and share our names and one fun thing that we did today? Do you want me to begin? Or does someone want to begin? Okay. Again, my name is Mrs. Goolsby, and I took my dog for a walk, and that was fun.
I'm Jessica, and I went out to coffee with my friends today.
Cool.
I'm Daphne, and I ate a cupcake today.
I'm Ellie, and I went to Sephora today and bought makeup.
Ooh.
I'm Brittany, and I went to the movies with my mom.
Cool. So today we are going to be doing some partner work. So anyone can group up with anyone, but I would like at least 2 sets of partners, and we are going to begin assessing our levels of self-esteem. So again, as we spoke about last week, we're going to respect the ground rules that we set. We're going to be respectful of one another and what we have to share with one another, and respect confidentiality. I think that's the biggest ground rule for us. So, partner work. Would you guys like to partner up this way? Is that going to be easiest for you guys? Okay, perfect. So then what we'll do is we're going to discuss first what the definition of self-esteem is. So if you guys just want to kind of, maybe you can write it down, or if you just want to remember, but you guys as a team go ahead and, as your partners, go ahead and discuss what that means, and then we'll share it. Do we have some ideas written down? Yeah, are we ready to maybe share some ideas? Okay, so which team wants to go first? I tried to just make up a name quick for you. Didn't work out. So do you guys want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your definition of what self-esteem means?
We said kind of like measuring your self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling up to par.
Okay.
Confidence.
Okay.
Having confidence and.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely. What about you guys?
Ours was similar to what they said, but we also said being proud of yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
Loving yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So you guys both kind of like picked up on like different levels of self-esteem. It wasn't necessarily like self-esteem is, but self-esteem can be either this or that, which is really good. Can we all kind of agree that, just simply stated, self-esteem is how we feel about ourselves, whether it's high or low or in between on whatever day of the week it might be? Can we agree on that?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I have an exercise out for you. I put an exercise out in front of all of you. This is the weighing in inventory. And what it is on each side you'll see that there's 50 different statements, 25 statements for low self-esteem and 25 statements for the healthy side of the self-esteem. Each one of us is going to have a mixture. It would be unnatural or unusual, I guess I should say, for you to only mark things on the healthy side. It's perfectly okay to mark things on the low side. That doesn't mean that you ultimately have low self-esteem, right? So go ahead and start marking these things off. You're going to circle whatever statement applies to you. You'll circle that statement, and at the bottom you'll see it says total circled for each, and you'll write in your score how many you circled. So I'll let you guys get started on that. Okay, perfect. So how did we feel about that exercise? Are we all good? Was it a good experience? Was it an eye-opening experience? Anything?
Pretty easy.
Yeah? Everyone feels good about it? Perfect. Okay, so I'd like to go around the circle kind of, or if you guys just want to talk to me about, or all of us, about what your scores looked like on each side. So how many of those statements did you circle, and how accurate you feel it is to your daily life? Obviously, we go through times throughout the week or month or whatever where we go through different stages of high and low self-esteem. But for your overall level of self-esteem, how accurate do you feel this exercise was? Who would like to begin?
I can go.
Okay.
I really didn't take this as a day-to-day.
Okay.
I took this more as an overall.
Okay.
But I guess you could say, it applies to day-to-day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I kind of got like half and half. I got 10 for the low self-esteem and 11 for the healthy self-esteem.
Okay.
And it sounds, if I like analyze it, it sounds correct to me.
Okay.
It's pretty true to myself, I guess I can say, yeah.
Perfect. So you're kind of an even score all the way through. Maybe some days are lower, some days are
Yeah,
higher.
I put jealous, envious of others. And the
Okay.
only reason why I was thinking that is because one of my really good friends
Mm-hmm.
went to Coachella.
Okay.
And all of last week, I was just so, literally envious while I was at work. And I would look at,
Right.
and I would look
Yeah.
at her and I was just like, oh, I can't believe she's at Coachella and I'm not.
Oh,
And
right.
she doesn't even she only listens to country music.
Okay.
So, So,
Right.
it's stuff like that, too,
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Brittany, would you like to go?
Well, I have 4 on low self-esteem and 12 on healthy self-esteem.
Okay.
I think I was pretty truthful with myself. I
Mm-hmm.
know that there's some areas where I might feel down or whatnot, but for the most part, I'm a pretty peppy person.
Okay. Okay. That's great. Yeah. Daphne? Mm-hmm.
I have a 5 for lowest self-esteem and 17 for healthy self-esteem.
Okay.
I think it's pretty accurate. Every day is different.
Of course.
So, most of the time I think I'm pretty confident in myself, and
That's great. Yeah.
I think it's accurate.
Okay. Perfect. Jessica?
I got a 7 on the low self-esteem and an 8 on healthy self-esteem.
Okay.
It was surprising because I'm usually really a lot harder on myself than I am more on the positive side. So it's cool to see it kind of balance out.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, perfect. So Ellie and Jessica kind of were balanced out throughout the exercise, and you guys both seem to rank on the higher side, which is good. I think that it's good that we don't really have this drop in self-esteem with any of our teammates. We're kind of either balanced out or high, which is great. So one thing that I would like to go over, actually, I'm going to ask you guys a couple questions, and you'll look at your list. What is one indicator on the healthy side that you are really proud of?
Goal-directed.
I was going to say that one. That's
Goal-directed. Okay. And Ellie too.
I was gonna say that too.
Okay. Jessica?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to say kind of the sets internal standards and lives by them.
Okay.
So kind of living by what you speak, what you believe in is a really important thing.
Okay.
To kind of stick to your own.
Okay.
And have your standards and not, deviate from them,
Okay.
etc.
Mm-hmm.
I did forgiving oneself and others. I think it's really important to forgive yourself as well as other people in order to move on in life and kind of get to where you need to go.
Yeah.
Because everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something really important to remember also. Okay, so what is one indicator on the low side that you wish that you could do less frequently?
No, go ahead, Daphne.
I would say does not accept compliments.
Okay.
Growing up, it was very uncommon to, with my parents, to give praise.
Okay.
And so now, when I have people saying nice things about me,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just brush it off.
Okay.
I just kind of laugh about it.
Okay.
Really
Do you do it because it's uncomfortable for you, or because you don't believe that their compliments are truthful?
It's uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
but
not used to it.
right, and like you said, you did score high on the
Yeah.
healthy self-esteem.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that you don't believe you're worthy.
Yeah.
It makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say vulnerable to others' opinions, comments, and attitudes.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't take things so personally.
Mm-hmm. As we all do at times, right? Yeah.
I would say losing usually causes one to feel like resentful or less than. I don't know if that's like my competitive side of like going for like swim team all those years. That when you lose, it's kind of like, well, why did I even try? And it kind of like carries on into like work life or personal life. It's like if you fail, what was the point of it?
Okay.
You know, so I think that's like an unhealthy thing to kind of have that viewpoint on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Instead of seeing it more as like
An
opportunity to grow. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. So, what is one characteristic on the healthy side that you wish you could have circled?
I think faces and moves through fears.
Okay.
I mean, every day there's always a new challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if it doesn't go my way, I have a hard time coping with it.
Okay.
So I wish that I could just be more positive about things that are negative.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
I was actually going to say the same thing. Faces and moves through fears instead of like facing it, just kind of taking the easy way out or figuring out a different option and just kind of going straight line.
Okay. So you guys both say the same thing, but you kind of had different definitions of those. You were saying more like you get
when I'm challenged with something and it doesn't go a certain way, I kind of will go home and keep thinking about it.
Okay. Whereas
okay, I understand where you're coming from.
And so what was your difference?
Through it.
Yeah.
Where I just run from my fear.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. So you kind of like just want to disengage from it, where you are like overanalyzing it, and it's almost challenging you to a sense, but you're not really getting anywhere from it. Okay. What about you guys? What do you have for the healthy side that you wish you could have circled?
I do seize opportunities instead of problems. I think that you should look at life kind of like glass half full instead of glass half empty, and seeing it more as like an opportunity to grow instead of like a problem where you just kind of come to like a fork in the road and you don't know what to do.
Yeah, and that kind of relates to what you said about what you circled on the low side.
Yeah, the less than.
Yeah, about seeing the opportunity for growth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. And Ellie, what did you circle, or what did you want to circle?
I would say allow self to be human. Just because I'm really hard on myself. Like growing up, my parents had me on a pedestal.
Okay.
My whole life I had to live as an example.
Okay.
So I'm really hard on myself when I don't reach, or I'm not reaching my parents' goals for me.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So I'm really hard on myself and all that, and I carry all this guilt, and I need to learn that it's okay, like, you know.
To just be human.
Right.
Okay.
I can't be everything they want me to be.
Right.
Like, I can only be myself. And
yeah, exactly.
So I need to stop trying to, you know, I guess, what would be the word? Like, meet their expectations instead of being happy with how I am right now.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if that carries into like all aspects of your life.
Yeah.
Not just your relationship with your parents.
Right.
So these goals, or this one on the healthy side, the one that we wish we could have circled, it can be kind of, in other words, like what you would like your motto for life to be. Maybe you would have chosen something different outside of these 25 statements, but as of right now, we're going to kind of, is everyone okay with working with the one that you wish you would have circled as your motto for these sessions? Does everyone like that motto? Okay, perfect. So then what I want you guys to do is get back into your partners. I want you to flip the page over. On the top of the page, write big what your motto is, what you just talked about with all of us. And then between one another, come up with 3 steps that you would like to do in order to achieve this goal eventually. And you guys may start with one goal and then, do you have any ideas, or however you guys want to go about doing this.
How concrete do you want them to be? Like, for example, I mean, this is something I'm going to have to work through my whole entire life.
Of course. Yeah. So these can be as broad as you would like them to be.
About, like, actioning them, like maybe going to see a therapist to help me go. Or are you talking about how we could do self-improvement?
Yeah.
Let's go with self-improvement. Okay. Let's talk about the things that you can do on your own on a daily basis to kind of head towards that goal.
Trying to like brainstorm
a problem.
You all comfortable where we're at right now? Okay. So who wants to go around and we're going to discuss these goals. Remind us again of what your statement is that you wish you could have circled, and then talk about your 3 steps that you're going to do in order to make this come to life.
I can go first.
Okay.
Yeah. I chose faces and moves through fears.
Okay.
And we decided that, 1, I can do like an extra activity that's going to take my mind off of the problem or the fear, whether it's shopping, getting ice cream, or whatever. 2, talk to family or friends.
Okay.
And then 3, writing down what the problem is and then defining what it is so that you can find ways to overcome that.
Yeah, absolutely. All 3 of those kind of work hand in hand too. They're things that you can first talk to your friends, and then you can write it down, and then you can go get your mind off of it for a little bit, take a break.
Yeah.
That's really great. Good job. Jessica, do you want to go next?
Yeah, so mine was seize opportunities instead of problems. So we came up with brainstorming, so if like the problem arises, instead of like seeing it as kind of like a dead end, brainstorming ways to see this as like an opportunity for like growth or an opportunity for change. Having an optimistic view just in general on life instead of having kind of like a defeatist, almost negative attitude. And then going hand in hand with that, having just like an open mind to, not everything has to go my way. If it's not my way, it's not a problem. It's an opportunity for change.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think that last one will be really helpful. Yeah. Who wants to share first?
I'll go. Okay. Mine was faces and moves through fears. I put to analyze the fear and its solutions instead of putting it on the back burner. Actively working towards the solution to move past the fear. If I can't find a solution, talk to friends, see what they can do to help, and actually take their advice and move forward with it.
Okay, perfect. So yours are very active. I like that. I like that you said that you wanted to not let things sit on the back burner. You wanted to actually like move forward with. So that's a really good goal.
Okay, so mine was allow self to be human. My first one was to be okay with making mistakes. I put it in parentheses, or what parents think are mistakes, and I put that I need to learn to differentiate.
Okay.
Whether it's a mistake or not. I can't just take it because they're telling me at face value how you're living, or this is a mistake.
Right.
I need to realize it on my own. So I really need to work on differentiating that.
Yeah.
I'm also not to be guilt tripped, to be able to stand my ground. I sometimes can be passive, and I'll let people tell me, and I'll just get passive aggressive or not, instead of standing my ground and saying, no, well, this is how I feel, I don't communicate that. And then the third one would be just to work more with the communication, well, my prime example is my parents. My parents probably don't know how I feel because I'm not open with them about it. So maybe if I were to let them know that that's how I felt, they could maybe get off me.
Yeah, seriously. Well, and I think that defining what is right and what is wrong in your own life will help you kind of confront that also. Maybe when someone says something to you, you can kind of blow it off like, okay, that's their opinion. We all have differences of opinion. And okay, great. Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for sharing all of your ideas and for your efforts today. Your homework for this week until we see each other again is to practice these steps. So we're going to talk about next week how your progress went as far as maybe some of you will practice all 3 steps. Maybe some of you only practice 1. Everyone will be different. But we will discuss it next week. And thank you again for coming today. We'll see you again.